Hey guys, CDTVThaG here, and the G of course stands for going to make prison jokes about 6ix9ine in this video. Not over here, we're not. We're gonna keep it nice, classy, and respectable on this channel, and we're not gonna mention the fact that someone with rainbow hair and the number 69 tattooed over his body over 100 times is going to an environment where you really don't want to stand out like that. We're not going to make jokes about that. And today, in this video, we are going to be reacting to the new 6ix9ine album, which leaked a while back, but just officially dropped right now because we also do things legally on this channel. I promise. It's called Dummy Boy. We got 13 tracks, around 35 minutes. 4 of them we've already heard. Honestly, I'm very excited to hear this project because 6ix9ine is someone that, to me, even though I don't love a lot of his songs, I still think he's very entertaining to listen to. You know, he's a very kind of eccentric, like, vibrant character. So his songs, even if they're not always good, they're always interesting. It's got to the point where you don't really know what you're going to get with 6ix9ine because he started just experimenting and making just horrible sounding songs that are really catchy, such as the second track in this album, Fefe. I think it's going to be fun to listen to. I hope this project is going to be fun to listen to. So let's not waste any more time, let's jump straight into it. Unfortunately, the first 2 tracks I've already heard on here, so you guys know how it goes when I heard the tracks. I'll listen to them, I'll put some reactions in, but obviously, I'm not going to react to them as much as I would if it was my first time hearing them. Track number 1, I'll listen to it and then give my thoughts on it. We have Stoopid! Oh yeah, also, this has a Bobby Shmurda feature on it. I really look forward to hearing the 6ix9ine and Bobby Shmurda Prison Phone mixtape that they'll be working on together. That kind of went against what I said in the intro of the video, but just ignore that. This song is okay though. It's just your standard 6ix9ine song and not much else, honestly. That line's quite cold though. The Bobby Shmurda verse is good here, man. I wish this was like, obviously it can't be, but I wish it was high quality. Yeah, it's not really a song that I enjoy. It's probably the least interesting song 6ix9ine has released in a while. Standard 6ix9ine shouting. Nothing really interesting about it. I'm not a big fan of the beat, so the beat can't carry it. And the Bobby Shmurda verse is cool, but it can only be so good when it's recorded through a phone. So next up, we have another song that I've already heard. So we're just going to listen to this real quick, get it over with. Track number 2, which is Fefe featuring Nicki Minaj. You had to start the song in the least ad-friendly way you could, didn't you? Murda Beatz is the real savior of this track. Because 6ix9ine ain't even trying on this song. He's not even trying. It's catchy though. I kind of appreciate Nicki Minaj on this song because it actually sounds like she's trying a little bit. Oh yeah, I wonder, will they have edited out the Treyways and the Scum Gangs? I mean, they didn't on this song, but you know, after the whole 6ix9ine not being able to affiliate with gangs thing, will they have edited out the rest of the Treyways and Scum Gangs on here? I hope not, because it's a good little meme. But yeah, like I said with that song, like 6ix9ine himself said he wasn't even trying when he wrote it. He just said shit. Even with his delivery on this song, it doesn't sound like he's trying, because it's not like Gotti. Gotti, it sounded like he was actually at least trying. On this song, he's just monotone, barely even raising his voice. You can tell he just made this song because he knew it was gonna blow up regardless. Like he didn't care about it. He didn't care about this song. And like that's not me like assuming. Like 6ix9ine has basically said this himself. 2 songs to start it off. You know, one of them I don't like. One of them is basically a guilty pleasure of mine because even though 6ix9ine's not trying on this track, it's so like just easy to listen to. It's a catchy ass song. I'll give him that. It's a catchy song. This is where the album really starts because we're getting into the songs that I haven't heard yet. Track number 3. We have Tic Toc. I believe this features Lil Baby. Honestly, I just want more of that guilty pleasure music, you know? More of that music that I feel like I have to explain myself to people when they hear me listening to it, but music that I can still enjoy, you know what I'm saying? So, Tic Toc featuring Lil Baby. Let's go. Okay, production's already different from most of the stuff 6ix9ine has done.
Okay, Tic Toc out of my wrist.
Whoa.
I keep it speak. I keep beat.
It sounds like 6ix9ine's literally just imitating Lil Baby's like Lil Baby could have done this chorus because he's saying words the exact same way that Lil Baby says them.
She never went both ways, but I made them live.
Oh.
Never had
I don't know why I like Lil Baby, but I do. He's got like, it's just that melodic edge to his voice. That production is fantastic. Okay. What does that mean? What does treating a bitch like she's a Fefe actually mean? I've never thought about it. The term Fefe refers to a pretty girl. The word is also the name for an artificial vagina commonly made by prisoners. Isn't that ironic? Yo, I really like how this sounds, because it's a similar style of delivery to Fefe, where it's almost like a lower energy auto-tune 6ix9ine, but there's something a bit more here. It sounds like he put a little bit of effort into making it flow well. It's just a really, really catchy song. This is the kind of music I want from this. I could see myself enjoying this album. I'm gonna hate myself by the end of this.
Watch, I keep a stick, I keep a beat. You can hit.
I like it. This track has a real kind of like summer vibe to it. I really enjoyed that track. I thought that was it was only like just over 2 minutes long as well. Like that's a super replayable track. It's just what 6ix9ine's good at, man. He can make some catchy ass music. It basically sounded like 6ix9ine was imitating Lil Baby's style on the chorus. So I don't know why Lil Baby didn't just do the chorus, because he was even pronouncing words the same way that Lil Baby pronounces them. The intonation he uses sounds exactly like Lil Baby. Lil Baby had a catchy verse on here. It flowed well. 6ix9ine's verse was surprisingly catchy as well. I loved his flow. Just a really dope, catchy song, kind of like a little bit of a summer banger. And the production was fantastic too. Let's move on to track number 4. I forgot how many features were on this album. There's so many. Track number 4, Kika featuring Tory Lanez. I'm excited to hear this. They did a track together called Rondo before it, and it was pretty good. It was a pretty enjoyable song. So yeah, I mean, if it bangs as much as Tic Toc did, I'm gonna enjoy it. So Kika featuring Tory Lanez, let's go.
Bitch, we in the city on that hot shit. Looking for a video on that thot shit.
Oh, is that a steel drum? It's got a little bit of a ZZ vibe to it, and I actually want to hear 6ix9ine over the beat for ZZ. I think he would sound good over it. But I think there's a steel drum on this beat, so it's got a very kind of like Caribbean-y sound to it, and I really like that. It's such a nice like tropical vibe to it. I really like auto-tune Tory Lanez. Oh, we got the claps going. Okay. Why am I vibing to this so much? This is where 6ix9ine's in his fucking zone. It's fucking Treyway. My god. There's so much energy to this track. I really like this. It's hard, but he's recycling flows again. He's recycled that flow from somewhere, but I can't pin it down right now.
Oh wait, I forgot you can't say that shit. We just gonna start with everything else that start with it too.
Nice.
It's fucking Trojan. It's fucking Target.
No one's gonna be shouting it's fucking Trojan or it's fucking Target. Yo, that was funny though. I like how they incorporated the "oh, you can't say Treyway" thing into this song. He also, I don't want to say he bit the bar, but Lil Pump already said this on, I think it was Nephew, you know, he said something like, "I'm rich, but I'll Uber pull a bitch." And here he's like, "Uber that bitch, but I send her in the pool even though I'm rich as shit." It's exactly the same line, basically. It would have been funny if 6ix9ine was original with it, but I've already heard that from Lil Pump or Smoke Perp. I can't remember which one. I don't even like Nephew, but man, this song was hard as hell. I really loved that tropical vibe to the beat, how it built up to 6ix9ine's verse. Like, it was just like a perfect kind of like energy curve as it built up, you know, with all the claps and shit, and then it was building up, and then you just get that release with like 6ix9ine's really overly aggressive like shouting delivery. I really enjoyed it. I think 6ix9ine's energy was infectious on here. There's some beats that his shouting just sounds horrible over, but for some reason his shouting sounds good over more kind of relaxed tropical vibe beats. I don't know why. His shouting works on tracks like that for me. Didn't like the second verse as much because of the recycled flow, the line that I've basically heard from Lil Pump before, but it was still entertaining, still high energy, and again, like he's self-aware with how long the songs need to be here. 2 minutes 15, super short, but it's the perfect length for a song like this. It doesn't need to be any longer. Let's keep going. I'm liking this. Track number 5, we have Mama, featuring Kanye West and Nicki Minaj.
Tiki Spanish, mommy, she a hot tamale. Make 'em spend that money, dummy, go retarded for me.
The flow is very similar to Fefe, or the kind of vibe.
Double D's, thought I had the free kick around my mama coming home at 3. Oh, thicker than a fucking snicker. Buy a whole chinchilla. I just bought my bitch some Kylie Jenner lip fillers. Man,
There was some multi-syllable rhymes from 6ix9ine there. Chinchilla lip fillers.
I do not embellish. Jacket got wings, shoes got propellers. Gave all my own my jealous.
Kanye's alright on here. Kanye's alright on here.
Kanye dress me up like a doll, then I hit 6ix9ine. Tell him give me the ball. Threw dirt on my name, ended up at her own burial. Kanye dress.
She's trying with a little bit of wordplay at least.
make 'em spend that money, dummy, go retarded.
God damn it, that chorus is getting more catchy the more I hear it. That track wasn't awful, but it definitely was nowhere near as enjoyable as Tic Toc or Kika were. 6ix9ine coming through with that Fefe delivery again, where it doesn't really sound like he's trying that much. Although he did have some more entertaining lines than he had on Fefe on this one. Kanye was cool enough on here. Kanye just provided a very, I guess, a standard Kanye verse. There wasn't anything too like special or unique about it. It was just fun. And Nicki Minaj was decent on here. She put some decent wordplay into her verse. Said my box is the best. He met his matchbox. Yeah, it was a decent track. You know, it wasn't horrible. It's not gonna be one of my go-tos from this album. Well, up next, track number 6, we have Waka featuring Boogie Wit Da Hoodie. These guys have of course collaborated on Kika before, I believe.
Got your asthma attack the way we pull up on ya. Put the palm to his chest, make a nigga call for.
That one just starts straight up.
Why this bitch tryna play me? Are you crazy? Pocket rocket in my cargoes like the Navy.
I'm not taking any roast for this in the comments. This is back-to-back bangers and you can't deny it.
Heartbreaking on the daily, can you save me?
Yeah, gotta give me some room, I'm about to shoot. Everybody running out the room. Everybody begging, don't shoot. Nigga, who the fuck asked you? You a bum, are you dumb? Drop me, I got this gun.
Just that infectious energy again. He's recycling flows. Like, don't think I didn't notice that. That flow is completely recycled from Rondo, but they made it more exciting with the way the beat dropped out and the gunshots and everything. It added a bit more excitement to how this sounded, so the recycled flow isn't too much of an issue here. I'm gonna bump this album a lot after this video goes up.
Only time she ever call is for the banana. I don't even check my call log, I don't answer. Why this bitch
Did you just
play me? Are you crazy? Pocket rocket in my
Did you just call your dick a banana, Boogie?
I know all these niggas hate me, won't let it faze me. Fuck, nigga.
I'm a swerve in a me back.
I think Boogie was probably the weakest part of this track, you know, referring to his dick as a banana. Yeah, he was kind of cool on this track, but I think his melodies were much more enjoyable on Kiki, whereas on this song, he was just slightly melodic, nothing too special about him. But 6ix9ine, man, 6ix9ine was my favorite part of this song. Like, the aggression just really worked on here, even though that flow was recycled from Rondo. It works. We had that build up to his verse and then that release. I don't even need to say much about these tracks, man, unless they're like overwhelmingly bad. I won't have a lot to say about them because this is just enjoyable music, honestly. That's how I feel about it. Up next, we have a track I already know I hate. Track number 7, BEBE, an absolute abomination. And I'm scared because there's a track directly following this called Mala, which also features Anuel AA, the artist who features on this song. So I'm assuming the next track is going to be exactly like BEBE, and I'm fucking dreading it. It's so bad. It's laughably bad. Like, I laughed my ass off the first time I heard this song. So it's entertaining, it's very memeable, but it's also just trash. But the thing is, the chorus gets stuck in my head and I hate it. You know what surprised me the most about this track? More than the fact that it's 6ix9ine rapping in Spanish the whole time, the fact that this is produced by Ronnie J. Solely by Ronnie J, no one else. If you're from a Spanish-speaking country and you're watching this video, let me know if people where you live enjoy this. I don't know if it's just trash to me because I don't fuck with this kind of vibe. I pretty much gave all my thoughts on that. It low-key kind of bumps, but it's also just complete memeable trash. Let's move on to track number 8. I don't have high hopes for this one because it's featuring, like I said, the same artist that featured on BEBE. It's called Mala, so I'm assuming this is going to be another Spanish song featuring Anuel AA. Let's get into this song and just get it over with. It's got a bit of a darker vibe to it though. It's like a darker, this might be like a darker BEBE. It had me intrigued like in the first 30 seconds, and then I was like, nah, fuck this. It's not a good song. You know what? Honestly, I don't even know if I could speak too much in this song, because just the type of music that it is not for me at all. Like, first of all, I don't even understand what's being said in the lyrics. It's basically a Spanish pop song. Maybe to someone that actually understands the lyrics and everything, like, not that the lyrics are gonna have substance, but I feel like understanding just the words that are being said can add so much to a song. The words just aren't connecting with me, so to me, it's basically just sounds. This song is just sounds. So that's how I feel about that, but I think that's it for the Spanish tracks on the album, thank God. So, next up, track number 9, we have the second Kanye West feature on this album, on the track Feefa. Let's hope we go back to the bangers for this. Okay, this sounds a bit more sinister. Ooh. Okay. That's another reused flow from All Us Reloaded. Okay, now he's just taking other people's flows.
That pussy get wetter than yours. That head is better than yours.
Okay, they're trading bars.
They try to say I wasn't black no more. About as black as Macklemore. They don't like me cause I'm Mexican. Send me back.
Nah. People don't dislike you because you're Mexican, 6ix9ine. You've given them plenty other reasons to dislike you. I'm actually kind of liking this now that they're starting to trade bars though.
Your girlfriend look like an ogre. Nigga fat bitch and need love too. My fault, yeah, I was sober.
What is this track? Oh, another shot at Ebro.
Another old nigga on a young nigga dick.
You've said that already. You said that on Stoopid.
How you house wet? Niggas fucking.
Chill. You cannot say that, bro.
God damn it. It's such a cock tease, man. Don't tease the Treyway if it's not on here. Oh, that's the end of the song. I was kind of getting into that a little bit. That was an okay song. It bumps enough. Honestly, that really got saved for the second verse, because the second verse was actually entertaining when like Kanye and 6ix9ine were trading bars. They had some funny ass lines on here actually. I honestly kind of prefer 6ix9ine over more kind of lively beats rather than this more darker, weird sound, but it still bumped pretty hard. Kanye and 6ix9ine actually have this really kind of weird chemistry together, which I wasn't expecting. So, you know, it was fun. I'm just so sad we got teased on that Treyway. So now let's move to track 10. One that I'm a little bit apprehensive about. We have KANG featuring Gunna. And I'm a bit apprehensive about this one because I've disliked Gunna on 90% of the songs I've heard him from. I think he's a very, very uninteresting character. Barely any charisma. Maybe I'll like it, maybe I won't. Maybe he'll do good on here, but I'm just a little bit wary about it. So track number 10, KANG, let's go. Actually, Gunna's delivery is kind of working on here, that really low-key delivery. I think it's working, and he doesn't sound Young Thuggy on here. Why is he trying to make a deep sounding song? No one takes you seriously, you can't do this.
Niggas over me, they stay with the strap. Move from Romeo, you could get whacked. I see you up and I'm laying on flat. Push ain't clean. I can't sleep, just took about 15. Had to break it down to 3. Get on one knee. I pray to the Lord that He watch my family. It's time for time with this shit. I'ma still drop these hits. I'ma still pop my shit. Got Draco,
okay. He's starting to win me over with this sound actually. Why? Third verse actually had a little bit of content, which is something I never expect from 6ix9ine, so that's something. Yeah, I didn't think I would take a slightly more emotional 6ix9ine track seriously at first. I mean, I didn't on verse 1. But verse 3, I don't know if he was just like, if just the melody sounded good, or it was some of the lyrics, but just him saying stuff like, thinking this bitch gonna wait on me, thinking my fans remember me, thinking my friends remember me, don't switch up on me. He's talking a little bit about the struggles of his life and his fame and the things that he's going through, you know? I actually didn't mind Gunna on it. I didn't love Gunna on it, but I thought he was pretty good. His voice kind of suited the track. He didn't sound too much like a Young Thug ripoff here, which is always a good thing. Yeah, it's a kind of different vibe for 6ix9ine, so I can appreciate that. Not one of my absolute favorites, but definitely one that I am gonna listen to again from this project. It's still a pretty enjoyable song, I think. So up next we have the last track on this album that I've already heard, which is Tati. I'm kind of surprised that it's on here because so far Tati doesn't like fit the vibe of this album at all, but maybe that's like a transition. Maybe the last 2 tracks will be more kind of, you know, 6ix9ine's older stuff, if you get what I mean. Man, I'm not even gonna lie, this is a great track to like run to. When I'm going out to run, I listen to 6ix9ine's music. It's good for that, honestly. It's good for working out.
nigga,
Now you on YouTube. Can I say, what can I say, man? It's a banging song. So up next, second last track on the album, track number 12, we have WANDO, the only solo 6ix9ine track on this album. Technically Tati is a solo song, but it has DJ Spin King, who produced it, I think, listed as a feature. So yeah, this is the only one that doesn't have a feature listed on it though. So track number 12, WANDO, let's go. Okay, we got the claps going crazy again. Got that build up. Hey, we do 6ix9ine. Oh no!
Shorty don't cat back on the dick.
Yes.
I mean, we gon' bring the max out. We back out, spaz out. Yeah, that's a blackout. Party getting stupid.
That doesn't sound like 6ix9ine.
Party ain't choosing. I'm off the head in the toe, I might lose it. Shorty don't cat back on the dick.
Yeah, that was just straight up just another 6ix9ine shout rapping track. The good old 6ix9ine that we all knew and didn't love so much. I'm really noticing, like, he really recycles his flows, and that's why I think 6ix9ine doesn't have a lot of longevity in the rap game. Because his flows are so similar, it really will start to get old after a while. I mean, I guess it won't now because he can't really make new music at the moment, but, you know, again, he used that flow that was similar to Rondo on here, which he already did earlier on this album, and then I can't remember where he's used this rhyme scheme, but we gon' bring the max out, we back out, and spaz out. He's used that exact same rhyme scheme and flow before on another track as well, so he really recycles a lot, but I still can't deny that it kind of went hard. So let's get into the final track on this album. Hopefully we close it out with a bang. We have the track titled Dummy, which is featuring Fefe. This sounds a lot more kind of mellow than any other track on here.
I spent some days in the trap and got my money up.
That'll be Fefe. I like Fefe on here, he's actually not that bad.
Shots to his body make him sound like a sauna. They was running out their mouth, but they respected the shooter. We was done and we was done with
Oh no.
it was hating ass niggas, so I
He sounded way better on the first 4 bars. That was a decent way to close out the album. That was one of those ones where, like I said, it's basically Feife's song, but Fefe is listed as the feature because he handled the chorus and the first verse on this. He was pretty nice. I actually liked Fefe. I liked what he was doing with his voice on here, and he sounded good for what the track was. As for 6ix9ine, I thought he sounded good on the first 4 bars where he was using that kind of low-key atmospheric auto-tune delivery, and then he just started trying to go high-pitched, and it just didn't sound that great. It would have sounded much better, I think, if he kept that delivery that he used on the first 4 lines for a bit longer. It had a different vibe to everything else on here for sure. So that's all I got to say for that. So how do I feel about Dummy Boy by 6ix9ine overall? I really enjoyed this album. I didn't think I would coming into it because Day 69 was an album where like the first 3 or 4 songs I really liked them, but then there was a bunch of those weird like distorted tracks where they just tried to sound too sinister, and I don't like 6ix9ine with that type of sound. It doesn't sound that good to me. Like songs like Mookie and Buba and Dewey, I don't think they sound that good. This is definitely a way better album than Day 69. Day 69 had some bangers, but this album had way more of them. My favorite tracks from this, from the first listen, were Tic Toc, Kika, Waka, maybe Feefa, Tati, maybe WANDO. And even the ones that I didn't list as my favorites, I'm still going to listen to them again. There's a lot of guilty pleasure tracks on here, 100%. I got what I wanted from this album. You know, the only songs I didn't really like on here were, like I said, BEBE and Mala and Stoopid. Apart from that, I don't think there was any other ones that I downright disliked. Way better album than I was actually expecting, but the thing is, like, I think 6ix9ine, he just makes really enjoyable singles. Like, he's definitely a single artist, and this is just basically an album of songs that would make for really good singles, pretty much back to back. It's back to back hits, especially kind of like on the first half. And yeah, I mean, my biggest issue throughout the whole thing was pretty much just the recycled flows. Other than that, it was basically exactly what I expected. But that's not a bad thing, you know? All the production choices, for the most part, were pretty fantastic. You know, I don't think there was like a single bad beat on here. There's just really nothing I could complain about here, guys. I like this album. Dummy Boy by 6ix9ine, I think is pretty damn great. So that's what I think of Dummy Boy. What do you guys think about the album? Let me know down in the comments below. It's weird to think that this might actually be the last 6ix9ine album we get. I don't know how his whole prison trial thing is going to work out. I don't know how that's going to go for him, but this might be the last 6ix9ine album we ever get. So yeah, That's all I gotta say. Let me know your opinions on this album down in the comments below, what your favourite tracks are, what your least favourite tracks are, and please just let me know if you liked it as much as me. I don't want to feel alone on this. That's all I gotta say for today, guys. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram under the name CDTV Productions. I would highly appreciate that, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. This is CDTV the G, signing out.